I maintain control, so I'm not gonna put hooks in, but just so, as you start leaning to your right, to escape, I'm gonna start playing to get this.
Okay.
And as you're leaning, you're gonna post your elbow to try to get something. So I'm already losing this because I don't have an underhook and I don't have my head position where I need it to be, right?
Okay.
So, boom. And then scoot.
Got it. So the only work I've done from there is from here, I've come here and then double there, so that when I come over.
But if I'm already coming this way, this is what I'm saying to losing, which you're good at keeping this. This is good, but think of if I'm already trying to torpedo it this way.
Okay.
So I'm trying to not curl this arm so I don't get caught. So here. Now I'm gonna start flailing, and that's when you get that underhook. This is a battle now you gotta start working on. Get up high, I have my body, so maintain 2-on-1. So now you've negated my elbow, I can't post. I'm gonna naturally start bridging, which allows you to go to the left. So, again, like, you're going to regular seatbelt. I'm defending, boom. You trap that arm. I go, oh shit. Oh, I'm trying to, and you start crawling up. Try. I'm gonna bridge. Back over, you're in great position. You can now go either side. Now that you got this 5-0 grip, you can disengage this, choke me on this side. Or it's your call, really, because where's my defense? If you can even cross grip, like Tanner says, go to this one goes to here. I start defending, you go to that one, now I'm fucked. Now you go to your back triangle. So it's just a hand pummeling movement of maintaining under grips, usually on a barrel chested person.
Okay.
I have trouble. Once they start torpedoing, I'm worried about losing. So I'll go to double under, bring in the gi, grab the collar, grab the pedals.
I guess the thing that concerns me with the double under is them still trying to scoot up and away. So I guess just kind of working.
So I only do that when I'm losing it. I'm not doing it when they're bridging on top. So if you bridge straight back, yeah, I can't really control it. I have to come back over this. Some kind of more control to get it down.
Okay.
Right? So if you start going north, once your feet start
Got it.
working on their
Working that
hips.
back down. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
So with this one, we'll just play with you feeling me. Yeah, here you start with torpedo. You beat me to the torpedo escape. Ooh. I'm comfortable and safe here, but you know I know where you're going. What do you think?
Okay, let me.
Well, not out of my ass.
No, let me give it a
I
go.
do it, but I never taught it.
Right. Let me give it a go. I think even if it's not something that I really stick with,
It's there.
there's absolutely things there, like, even if I just come to here, come across, you start torpedo, like moving that leg control down.
Yep.
And then
You can stomp on my thigh right there.
I can't.
Oh, no, I mean, in time. In time.
So
I'm
that
gonna
was,
stomp down.
but the nice thing is actually, if you come back to it, as you started to come up, so I stomped, I don't have the strength there,
Boom, I
but
go down.
no, keep coming up. But even if you're too out of my range of motion, this is still there.
Yep.
And that's something that I can still do. So I can still come here.
There you go. And you can play with that with what you got. If you start losing that body lock, and I know we're not gonna do it right now, you just go to single leg hip control. So this foot over underneath my leg. Almost like what I do with the twister, this foot's gonna come over to this one.
Okay.
You're gonna lock on my thigh. There. You've got my hip cross over to this underhook. So from this hip to this shoulder, you can go to Kimura grip, let go of this one, and I'm still coming here. This is what I'm talking about. I'm fucking stuck.
Right.
You've got this hip and this shoulder. You've got a twister there. Oh. But you had a twister there too. She probably won't be till later, but you know that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's, take the head, or take the arm behind the head.
I'll do it slow because I don't know what your range of motion is, but I'll sometimes get it from here. You're doing a good job of shucking this leg, and I'll just bait. So I'm crossing my ankle. I'll start threatening the choke. You start bridging. Come over. Boom. Swing it under. I'm gonna go slow here because your shoulder. Right there.
Oh god, yeah, that does suck.
It gets tight real quick.
Yeah.
And then what I'm really trying to do on the side of your temple is I reach in, go here. So the knuckles are on the temple or the eyebrows. Bring it in. It's tweaking your shoulder that way, twisting your torso this way. You can pop these ribs right here. You can pop these ribs. Even in the back. So
Yay.
it's a gentle one.
Yeah.
And if I'm being nice and they're really tight, I'll just go this way, but it's really knuckles back.
Okay.
Over, so you're starting to lose it. Secure the hip, right here. Yeah, if you can, if it doesn't hurt.
You just,
Yeah.
kind of ease it in.
Yeah, no, I know. And I'm not gonna move, I want you to think of control. Go to Kimura, boom, unbag the head. Well, now you've got great Kimura control here. I'm gonna worry about it, I'm actually giving you the move to go to here. So, so what you're doing is, you're gonna now, this 5-0 grip, threaten the choke, just on the chin. You're not really going for it. I'm gonna defend by going back. When you do that, you go back here, you push my elbow up. This hand's gonna swim under my arm. Your right hand in my armpit, right there. Right there. Nice and tight.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So, 5-0, as you bring it up,
Got it.
you're swimming in. Yeah. So, we're gonna go to regular seatbelt. You got the hooks. The only thing I do is I shuck this, boom. You're like, go ahead. Cool, I'm comfortable. Unbag the head, meaning all your elbow just comes up, boom. Get your grip, then you start threatening the choke. I bridge, you push my elbow up, kick me this way, boom, and I'm stuck. You can feel the tightness. It'll come.
Got it.
That's the traditional
But
twist.
yeah, so yeah, it's coming off of, it's using that momentum as they're driving back.
So there's other ways to grab the head and your baseball bat, set up a little walk with the shoulder. We're not even trying to do that. I'm just giving you options from the back.
Okay.
Because you might not be able to do that until you're higher belt. But when you start threatening that, they're gonna freak out and then just give us that control.
Right. Well,
They take it back.
I mean, even from where I was, not having that grip around your neck, that weaving in through, getting your hips elevated and your shoulders are pinned, there's not a whole lot.
You can get out, go back to the top.
Well, and, you know, the ashi's there too, you know, to start leg attacks. Obviously not now, but
But the back control is gonna be something you're good at maintaining back. I want you to think of keeping your chest high. When you go lower, when I go lower, I have trouble with control. So when they start crawling north and I do that double under, I try to go north, to push them back, or at least keep them where they're at.
Great.
So I think you felt that when I was like, oh shit, feet scurry up. Right now you can't do that, but that's what the goal I want you to do is think of your hips, stomp on the thighs, stomp on the hips. If anything, just sprawl your knees out and keep your heels dug in.
well, and that is where I have, you know, that pressure from the leg. But again, you know, being able to just kind of use that thigh to kick it out, and, you know, really.
And you still have control, we'll do it again. You still have control with this heel over my thigh.
Right.
If you can hook this butterfly, even better. Usually it has to be a thinner leg, but if you can underhook under my elbow.
Yeah,
my
and
knee,
that's one of the things I enjoy.
stomp on the calf, now you got control. Now I'm gonna go nice and slow, it's gonna be all on you. gonna lean back, but raise your hand. Yeah, no, I just,
And this is where this is my top block game that I just love. So yeah, it gets me where I enjoy being.
not just yet. If you're here, I don't see any reason in the future to go south unless I'm really squirrely and bring my hips up. Why don't you go high? Put your crotch right here.
Okay.
Now, you're gonna set up that S mount with the knee near the back of my head. That way now I'm king. So if I start squirming and inverting, yeah, definitely bring your hips back down. Once you get that mount, stay right here or higher.
Okay.
Big guys usually can't curl up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's get back to there. You bring your head on triangle and just sit on my chest. Cook me. Boom. I start bending. Good now. Crotch in my armpit. Look at that. You're setting up your S mount, you're setting up arm bar, you're setting up all kinds of stuff like that. As opposed to you scurrying south a little bit.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and right here, yeah, there's nothing. I've got no problems here.
Yeah, I can't post because your hand's out there, and I can't post this way. I can't go south. I can't
The only place you can go is if you go straight towards my hips.
But your hand, your left hand's gonna rotate behind your ass cheek.
Okay.
So I can't go that way, and I can feel it. I can't reach to break your post. So I have to go this way, but I'm stuck with this triangle. And if I try to go south, we're just giving you. So it's a good dominant position. Your knees are based out over my armpits. I'm fucking stuck.
Right.
But if I'm a long, lanky motherfucker like Zach, if he can get up there and get his feet on you and be a nuisance, then screw your hips down. Or a female, like when she starts doing this,
Yeah.
that's when you screw her down to that belt button. So. Alrighty.
Sorry.
Are you good? You didn't have to rush to reverse. As soon as you got your foot under my head, you were good. I like it. What do you think?
I like to. Something there.
Yep. It's right on par with your game. I mean, you can go this side, I just don't want to lean on this leg. So I'll lean on this leg if you want to go overhook on this side, which is your tradition.
No, it's fine.
Okay, ready? Right on the knee.
What's that?
Right on your fucking knee.
Well, so,
You're okay, I'm just saying.
yeah,
As much as we try to avoid it, I mean, but you got control and you're slowly transitioning from one point to another. As I try to squirm out, you're like, overhook, underhook, rest control. Hips, moving your knees. And that's really all it is. I try to tell people, but that's what I've been trying to do for the last 2 years. Just maintain the back. And I'm losing it. I don't even give a shit about this submission. I want to submit you, but if I can't control you, I'm not going to worry about it.
Right.
Shit. And that's where you're at. You got great back control. I want you to just get better at that.
yeah. Well, and that's, I threw the leg over, the submission's there, I can let it go.
Yeah.
I don't need it, let me go back to that control.
I think what's going to be good for you too, that mount, because you saw how stable you were. You're just here.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't know where the hell that came from, because before the injury, my S-mount was garbage.
Well, it's probably always been there. You just didn't look for it, because
Probably.
because when you cross into mount from my half guard, I always felt like you stayed a little low, even though you were in great control.
Right.
When we roll, you'll feel me scurry. I call it Spider-Man. I crawl up to your armpits. I try to, and I try to maintain your head so you don't go north. So as I'm coming here, whatever I'm doing, smashing your hips. As soon as I see any daylight, I don't even sit there and wait. I hold your head.
Okay.
And that sucks for you because then now you're like, God damn, I can't even frame.
Right.
I may have gotten it on you a couple times, not much, but that's what I do to most people. And as soon as I get into this position, look how powerful my hips and my elbows are.
Right.
They can't go anywhere. And they can frame on my hips all they want. I'm just gonna cook. Now I just sprawl.
Right.
Basically. I can mother's milk them, which I don't usually. I just smash them until they're tired.
Yeah.
And you can do that too. You've got great long limbs. I've even done this with people that were really squirrely, just
So the issue that I have with it isn't so much the issue I have isn't so much the position, it's getting there. I feel like I come off, I provide so much space. And I think I just need to practice scurrying upward with my knees wider. And that's just having longer legs, it just means that, but I guess it kind of begs for slide your arm in there and try and scoop and get out.
you have
Which will lead you to
mobility.
triangle.
You also have what I see in a lot of wrestlers is they hit mobility, hip thrust, and sprawl. So the wider your knees can go, the lower your crotch is gonna go.
Okay.
This is what you have really well, better than me.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
This is how you sprawl too, right?
Yep.
Oh, you just, and that's all I'm really doing on you. So if I go from that transition, like you're not, and you think I'm gonna lose it? Get my foot out. So from here, you went down here the first time,
Got it.
and whatever you're gonna do to defend, I'm just gonna. You can feel that I'm trying to drive my knees in your armpits.
Yeah.
I'm not getting it, but I'm also preventing your head from posting up.
Right.
Whereas opposed, we tend to go here. That gives you enough room to frame, right?
Right.
Then I'll just for an elbow. And you see, it's just my thigh, my hip. That's what Chandler's been doing with all of this.
Right.
So it's on that same part here. So, but you felt as soon as I went down here, I was creating all the space for you to start working. But as soon as I take any space, I occupy, I'm just letting you carry my weight. You're getting that good framing, but you're not gonna let me get that. I want you to immediately just cook me.
So on a defensive, on a control side for you, the tighter you pull that head, you create a lever for me to lift your hips. So when I would assume, when you feel that those hips, you feel that come up, just sprawl your arms out. So you're gonna take that lever away, and now I have to hold all of your weight,
Well, yeah, I'm trying.
rather than
Also
having a
trying to do
lever
that.
pull.
Like when you elevated me, I was still trying to get an elbow
Right.
and a tricep. So play with it. It's what I'm saying.
I-
I get elevated and I'm comfortable there.
Okay.
Cause you'll start feeling me, all right, cool. And then I'll try to do the leg entries from there, so.
Right.
If you want, we'll play with that and just you framing out create space. And I'll just stay on top and then I'll do it to you.
Okay.
I don't know how much you can do with me.
We'll see.
Yeah, so, create space, I'll get you framed, I'm gonna see you elevate me. trying to do, trying to get the knee here, controlling one of the arms.
Right.
I don't always get it, but at least they go to, I'm getting out to, oh shit.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, at that spot, I think I like that spot.
Mhm.
They just have to come in and grab that leg before it goes away to side control.
You put the knee in the crotch.
Right.
Not for nothing, I'm gonna have to dislocate your stand up.
Right.
I don't want that knee in my crotch.
Let me try it one more time. See if you try and add leg. But yeah, I think if I get that top head control, I really like that. Being able to lift out, there's a lot of strength there. It's not hard to hold you there. Do me a favor, try and sprawl your arms
I'm
out.
gonna
and feel
lift
that.
my hands, so watch your wrists.
Okay.
I'll do this, once you feel the weight, then I'll reposition.
Okay.
I don't want to.
I'll
Yeah, you'll
So I'm gonna position my hands here so that if you start to slide, I'll maybe let go easily. I'm not worried about getting hurt. I'm worried about getting hurt again. I just don't have the leverage there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot heavier.
And that's what all that happening, if they do elevate and regard, I start attacking that.
Yeah.
They start worrying about that when I try to pass again. So, try the other side, I'll see if I can elevate you. Yeah, we'll just. Grips in. You're good, keep going.
So I'm posting my head. End up posting my head, and that lets me just pull everything up, making it that much harder. I'm gonna try not to grapevine like I instinctively do. Try again.
I don't think I can elevate your hips, but I'll try.
See what I mean? Like, instinctively, I just throw those legs in. Go.
Over your left knee and my elbow.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I could have stepped out.
No, I get it. I
Safe
get
for the
it.
fall.
But I just wanted to, what I felt was like there was a little bit of space where I was gonna try to leave my elbow out. And all you were doing is just, you weren't changing your base, you were just bringing your thigh to occupy that space.
Okay. Yeah, I think when I did that, I based further out. And I don't have that rotational here, so when I did, I just brought my foot in. And so you changed the position and started to fall out. So I just fell.
You're able to elevate my hips better than I can elevate yours. I'm not trying, I'm using too much strength. I don't want to use that much effort, especially on the bottom.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like it's much effort on my part to get you to lift up.
I think it's because I'm posting on my hands.
Maybe.
Because you're posting on your head, so the weight shifts between the point of your head and the hips.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm here, I'm distributing on 2 points. Even when I try to do this, you're already locked in.
Right.
So if I did that earlier or tried to weave, but I'll weave my knees on the outside and put my feet on the inside.
Right.
So you can lift up my hips. I'm like, I don't care, you're just gonna put me inside control. Or not. Or you're gonna get half guard and I'm fighting that battle.
Yeah.
So you'll feel that when we roll. Just like you just did, I'll let people elevate me and I don't realize that maybe that's something I should do.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I know Tanner's rolled with me or drilled with me and he's like, more athletic people can do that, but you're leaving yourself open to leg attacks. I can see that.
Yeah.
That cross.
And that was exactly what I was thinking, is like, the first time I did it, as you came back down, I got to shin on this side. And my thought was, boy, there's a bunch of leg attack stuff if I knew what I was doing.
No, yeah, and that's when I roll with Tanner, he lets me get on top.
Right.
I can tell. So I gotta adjust that somehow, but I'm comfortable there right now.
Right.
But with people that wrestle up like Tag, there's a few others. Like Steve, he'll stay under, he'll start working underneath to start working.
Yeah.
Deep half. And so each person has a different one.
The last few times I rolled with Steve, like I had to consciously think about not blowing it over too far, because he'll duck under and he's going.
More defense from back.
Yep.
I'm just gonna try to maintain.
Nice.
Hips down, driving me back.
Yeah, it took a second to kind of, if the Kimura's there, the reverse Kimura's there. Yeah.
I was doing that rear naked, I don't know what it was, but I just kind of controlling your shoulder. That's all I was really worried about. I wasn't going anywhere other than trying to make you flail, trying to hook that crucifix on this side. But it wasn't, you weren't giving it up. You felt the hip control, it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
So, and you can transition from one to the other. Just natural once you start seeing it?
Moving slow really kind of helps see. If I chalk that hip, chalk that foot, and then move my hip away from it, it's just as effective as pushing it under. You just chalk it and move that far.
Once your hip got away from mine, I had to chase that hip, but I was afraid of losing the shoulder.
Right.
So I was thinking mount, but more effort than I wanted.
Right.
So there's a lot of things you can start doing from that back control.
Yeah.
Especially with your back triangle.
Love that back triangle.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. Oops, sorry.
You're right. Is this the right shoulder?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Not quite enough for that one. Nice. Didn't get that grip wrong.
It's compromising without that knee. I can tell there's a lot of things I'm doing on this side because this knee isn't good. and play.
Yeah.
But that's gonna help you.
Yeah.
I was just trying to put a lot of pressure. When you watch the video, I went from putting my weight on my knees to my toes to just give you, and you felt it.
Yeah.
But as you kept turning this way, that was good. You could also shuck me in the air, try to flatten me out, which you do to me too. Like if you go on this side and you're controlling the shoulder and gift up, right? But you start going with your head over.
Yeah, pull that shoulder back
A
in.
little bit, if you've got the range of motion in that shoulder and elbow, but I'm worried about that wrist lock. I'm worried about you stepping over to armbar. But I want to transition to flat to reface you, but not flat to stay. But yeah, you're making it difficult for me to maintain that shoulder off the mat. That's what you need to do.
Right.
You couldn't post on your left hand, your left foot, I could tell. I was like, you normally reguard on that side. It's all good.
The fact that it's not there isn't, I mean, it's not terrible, it's just, okay, I gotta do something else, gotta keep
It's just
working.
like when I wasn't using this arm, I was keeping it tucked. Now I got really good at keeping it tucked. I gotta work on keeping this one tucked.
Yeah.
So I thought I was gonna get really good at framing. All I did is just open up this elbow more.
Yeah.
And I realized how I protect this one so much better.
Sure, thanks for time.
For sure, for sure.
Appreciate it.
It helps me. I hope it helps you. I think it does.
Absolutely.
Everything you do is control. We're just working on control and reposition. That's what you're gonna do for the next 5 years. And they're gonna go, how do you go so slow? And I watch you. You've seen it. You felt it. When Tanner just goes slowly into you, like no, slow drain, that slow fucking draining sink. Cool, bro. That was good.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. I think that slow control, when you felt me just